The sun was setting over the small town of Willow Creek, casting a warm orange glow over the streets and homes. Cassie, a young woman with long, curly brown hair and bright green eyes, sat in her bedroom, staring blankly at the wall. She had just received some devastating news. Her father's death had been sold to a mysterious buyer, and she was expected to marry a man she had never met to pay off the debt. Cassie's mind was racing with thoughts of her father, who had passed away just a few months ago. She remembered the countless times he had promised to take care of her, to provide for her future. But now, it seemed that those promises had been empty. The debt had been mounting, and Cassie was left to deal with the consequences. As she sat there, trying to process her emotions, Cassie heard a knock at the door. It was her stepmother, Rhoda, a woman with a cold, calculating gaze and a smile that seemed to hide 1,000 secrets. "Cassie, it's time to get ready," Rhoda said, her voice dripping with sweetness. "Your future husband will be here soon." Cassie felt a surge of anxiety as she stood up and began to get dressed. She had no idea who this man was, or what he was like. All she knew was that he was wealthy, and that he was willing to pay off her father's debt in exchange for her hand in marriage. As she dressed, Cassie couldn't help but think about her father's words. "You'll always be taken care of, sweetie," he had said. But now, it seemed that those words were nothing more than a cruel joke. The doorbell rang, and Cassie felt her heart sink. It was time to meet her future husband. She took a deep breath, smoothed out her dress, and followed Rhoda downstairs. The man standing in the living room was tall and handsome, with piercing blue eyes and chiseled features. He smiled at Cassie, and she felt a flutter in her chest. But as she looked into his eyes, she saw something there that gave her pause. A glimmer of kindness, perhaps. A sense of understanding. "Cassie, this is Shawn," Rhoda said, her voice dripping with pride. "Your future husband." Cassie felt a sense of trepidation as Shawn approached her. She had no idea what the future held, but she knew one thing for sure: her life was about to change in ways she couldn't even imagine.